In this video we'll discuss how you can put buttons on a grid to open up another grid using an AJAX callback that's written in JavaScript, and how you can do it without writing any code yourself. So you can see here we have a grid on the invoice items table from Alpha Sports, and then another grid here on the invoice header table from Alpha Sports. And let's assume that we'd like to put a button on this grid to open up the invoice items grid showing the invoice items for the current invoice number. So let's go back to design mode, and now we'll go here to the fields in the grid and we'll choose insert, and then we'll choose a button. And now let's go and define the JavaScript that's going to get executed when we click on that button. So here we can go ahead now and open up the Action JavaScript editor. So let's click the add new action button, and we'll choose the action that says open a grid component. So now in the builder we'll choose our target grid, which is going to be invoice items DBF over there. And basically when you open a grid you have an option of either linking it or filtering it, or both. And linking and filtering are similar but also different concepts. When you filter a grid, you simply put in a filter that specifies which records in the grid are going to be displayed. But when you link a grid, you specify matching fields from the parent grid and the child grid, and then when a new record is entered into the child, the linking field values are automatically inserted into the child grid, so that that child grid is related to the parent grid. So let's go ahead here and we'll choose link, and now we'll define the link between the two grids. So we want to link on a field in the target grid, basically called invoice number, matching invoice number from the current row. So we'll go ahead there and choose that, and we'll click OK. We could link on more than one field, and now let's go ahead and click OK. And now the next important thing to look at is the options for where this pop-up window is going to be displayed. It can be a modal pop-up, it can be a modeless pop-up, or it could be a drop-down, and we'll go through all of those options, or it could be a div on the page, or a pane in the tabbed UI component. So right now we're going to choose the modal pop-up window. So let's go ahead now and save that, and save the component, and then go to working preview. So when we click this button over here, we can see that we get a pop-up window. It's modal, so you can see I can't click anywhere else until I go ahead and dismiss the grid. And you can see also that it's showing the records for the current invoice number. So if I go ahead now and close that, and then click, for example, over there, I get to see records for invoice number 6. So now let's go back to design mode and edit this, and we'll edit our action, and now we'll change it from a modal pop-up to a modeless pop-up. So let's go ahead there and save that now, and now go to working preview. So you can see now that that window is open, but I'm free now to go and open up, click the button again, and that'll open up another window. So now I have two windows open. Now I have two invoice number one, and invoice number 4. So a modeless pop-up window opens the window but doesn't restrict you from doing anything else while the window is open. So let's go ahead now and close that down, and then let's pause now and pick this up in the next video.